What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and Dana White just announced that Della Maddalena isn't fighting Leon Edwards anymore. He's going to be fighting Belal Muhammad for the undisputed welterweight title on May 10th. Something happened to Shafkat. He probably got injured, and he was forced out of this fight. And now Leon Edwards, he's going to be taking on Sean Brady, which could potentially be a nightmare matchup for him. We've seen the game plan on how to beat Leon Edwards with the second Kamaru Usman fight, even the first Kamaru Usman fight, then the Belal Muhammad fight, which then ended in a head kick KO. So we've seen the game plan, and Sean Brady can potentially implement that. We'll see what happens, but this is a perfect opportunity for Leon Edwards to show that he can become a champion again, because we've seen that style really be effective against him. But let's talk about JDM versus Belal Muhammad, and this is a tough fight for JDM. You know, Belal Muhammad is a good wrestler, great wrestler, honestly. He's got arguably the best cardio in the weight class. He's going to be constantly putting that pressure on JDM, but the problem with Belal is he doesn't really have a way to finish his opponents. I believe in the UFC, he's got 3 finishes, and he's got maybe 13 UFC wins. And he doesn't really finish fights. And against a guy like JDM, it's not going to be like Leon, where he's accepting those bad positions and he's just kind of accepting defeat. He's going to be fighting back to get back up to his feet and unleash some dangerous combinations. Yes, we did see JDM get taken down by Gilbert Burns, but he was able to find his way back up to the feet against a dangerous grappler like Gilbert, and he eventually just finished him when he was down on the scorecards. And we saw against Hafez, every time JDM was getting taken down, he was working his way back up to the street, and he was blasting him with clean combinations to the head and to the body. He was a bit reckless. He was getting clipped in the pocket, but it seemed like he's worked on being cleaner in the pocket and not really stay there too long and not leave himself as exposed as he did in that fight. And he's going from a completely different opponent. I mean, he went from fighting a clean striker like Leon Edwards, a southpaw who's taller, to fighting Belal Muhammad, who's a bit of a short, stocky wrestler that really puts a lot of pressure on you and pushes the pace and tries to control the fight. So it's definitely going to be a tough matchup for JDM, but I actually feel like he can knock Belal Muhammad out. I actually feel like he can beat him. We saw in the Vicente Luque fight, Belal was getting pushed back in that fight. He wasn't really pushing the pace. Luque was controlling the center. He showed some pretty good boxing, but he wasn't letting his hands go as much because Belal did have some good timing with the takedowns. But I also feel like maybe Luque isn't as skilled in boxing as JDM is. And, JDM, if he gets you hurt, he's going to stay on you. Even when you get the takedowns, we saw against Hafez, JDM was hurting Hafez, but, maybe he was getting JDM down. Then JDM was getting back up, and he was continuing to work and continuing to hurt his opponent, and he was seeing those takedowns coming, and he's got good timing. We saw him catch Gilbert Burns with a beautiful knee as they were in an exchange and scrambling. Gilbert Burns dove in for a takedown, and he got a knee clean to the dome. He got put out, and we could see something like that where JDM hurts Belal on the feet. Belal, he tries to get takedowns. He gets defended, and he gets hurt again. And then he gets timed with a big knee or an uppercut that could take him out. And the problem with picking Belal for me is I just don't see Belal being able to finish JDM. And as long as JDM is in that fight, he is going to be very dangerous for Belal, because he's not a guy that really relies on his kicks. He relies on his punches, and I feel like that's the way to beat a guy like Belal Muhammad. We saw the last time Belal lost what Jeff Neal did with him. He pieced him up. He defended takedowns. Didn't throw too many kicks. He controlled the center very well, and he was able to dominate Belal, dropping him several times. And JDM is a switch hitter. He's really good in the southpaw stance, good in orthodox, but I can really see him piecing up Belal Muhammad and even potentially getting finished. But this is an early preview and early prediction. I think I'm gonna go with JDM beating Belal by a round 4 TKO. I think that he can get it done, but it's gonna be very tough. And after this, hopefully Shafka gets the next title shot, and it doesn't matter who wins, because I think that Shafka Rakhmonov is gonna become the welterweight champion and take the belt off JDM or Belal, and I'm hoping it's gonna be JDM, because that is gonna be an insane fight. But thank you guys for watching. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.